deception on women will be of such intensity that it will require men of a family to coercively stop their women from being deceived by the fitna of Dajjal. Meaning that when Dajjal's mission is reaching to its climax, something strange will happen to the world of women. A great progressive deception in the world is under the process today, which will cause the woman to reach to a point that when they see Dajjal, they will go out and join him. And this deception is hidden behind a phenomenon called feminism. It doesn't mean that every woman is being deceived by Dajjal, because there are Muslim sisters who are much better in their beliefs than most of the men. But it means that the most of the followers of Dajjal are women who came under the influence of Dajjal's deception in a way that they are being brainwashed and lose the capacity of rational thinking. They believe whatever is being presented to them by Dajjal or his followers, and that's how these women go out and join him. Therefore, they become like robots in the hands of Dajjal.
Now, when we look at the issues of feminism, we have to understand that feminism in the West is quite different from what many of you might think feminism is as Muslims. Because the background, the history which produced feminism in the West is different from the background for Muslims. There are some rights which Western feminism has introduced which are anti-family, which are really anti-femininity, which promote lesbianism and other deviant behaviors and practices. This has become chartered in the UN, in their women's conferences. These are being promoted. The boundaries of what was just, fair, and just. It now shifted into radical feminism, which identified men as being the enemy. They talk about the patriarchal society, that the only way women are going to be truly free is if they divorce themselves from men. Practically. Especially now with technology, women can have a baby without the direct intervention of a man. They have sperm banks where you just make the arrangements, you get it, and you can have a child. So they say we don't need men. Of course, they still need the men to provide the sperm. So it's not that you don't need men, right? But the point is that even marriage now was being looked at as being a place of oppression of women. Because the idea that the man, is the head of the family and all this, no. They looked at that as being oppression. So they have launched an attack on the family itself. And this is what has now dominated the women's conferences that are connected with the UN, etc. The American and European feminists, they have dominated the discussion.
confused the women are today about their role. And they are confused because massive efforts are being done under the name of feminism in order to cause this confusion among the people. As a result, the marriages and families, the primary building block of social and moral order, are in shambles. Much of this is laid at the feet of feminist movement, because it has overturned the thinking of women so dramatically that they have forgotten their real precious value and important responsibilities that are given by their creator. What the public sees about the feminism is that women want equal pay and they want to be free from certain social strictures. And we may think it's a movement for stopping violence against women, but the real agenda is much more serious.
This is our prophet speaking. And he said, you will see Mirkel Subyan, young people having massive wealth. Like Zuckerberg is a multi-billionaire before he was 30. And you will see Mu'amaratun Nisa. You'll see the movements to corrupt the women.
Well, one of the things they told me was that he was at the house one night and we were talking and he started laughing. He said, Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about? And I said, I had pretty conventional thinking about it at that point. I said, I think it's about women having the right to work, getting equal pay with men, just like they won the right to vote, you know? And he started to laugh. He said, you're an idiot. And I said, why am I an idiot? He said, let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded Women's Lib, you know? And we're the ones who got all of the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation. He says, and you want to know why? He says, there were two primary reasons. And they were, one reason was we couldn't tax half the population before Women's Lib. And the second reason was, now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think. So it breaks up their family. The kids start looking at the state as the family, as the school, as the officials, as their family, not as the parents teaching them. And so those are the two primary reasons for Women's Lib, which I thought up to that point was a noble thing. You know, when I saw their intentions behind it, where they were coming from when they created it, the thought of it, I saw the evil behind what I thought was a noble adventure.
Aaron, did you know that Gloria Steinem in one of her own books now admits the CIA funded Miss Magazine?
No, I had no idea about that. No, I never heard that. CIA funded Miss Magazine?
Funded Miss Magazine with the stated goal of taxing women and regular.
No kidding. I never heard that. Well, Nick told me. I mean, I know it, but not because I know the CIA was involved with it.
Gloria Steinem was proud of it. Oh, the CIA wanted to help women.
No kidding.
So they funded it. Yeah. And of course, it's divide and conquer.
Right.
And what they do is they focus in, obviously, on real problems. Women were getting shafted in many ways, but the elite wasn't planning to help them. They were planning to really shaft them and take men away from them.
The reason we have to take this movement seriously is because they constitute fortress. They constitute the speculations, the ideologies, the proud intellectualism that's erected in our society and has a formidable place. They're influencing the law, they're influencing the courts, and they have a massive influence on education. All you have to do is realize that this is how the university system thinks. That's where the school teachers are all trained, and and you see how it filters all the way down through the educational system. They try to create laws, and we have to live by the laws that are obliterating all sense of moral and religious views. And their ideas are being taught through every possible medium, whether it's educational system or entertainment. And as a result, we have a brainwashed society which is following their evil ideologies.